What you are seeing is an apartment building that has fallen over. Apartment buildings are supposed to be anchored into the ground to prevent them from falling over. What is amazing is the fact that it was not destroyed when it hit the ground. China built buildings, homes, bridges, roads and hospitals where most of them are no good. I have 2 friends that lived in China for 8 years, and they told me that what you are about to see is common in China. One part of this video shows an apartment building being destroyed by the wind. Another part of this video shows that the bricks they used are not real bricks, and the concrete they used is not real concrete. I will put a link to these videos in the description. I am not going to get into the reasons why this happened, but if you want to know the truth about China, then watch these channels. This video is about China. What you are seeing is a highway bridge that has fallen over. There are 4 trucks that fell with the bridge. We have all heard that China's economy is great. It is the fastest growing economy in the world. And this was true. If you were a Chinese citizen living in China, and had a little money, you could become rich very quickly in China. And a lot of people did. Plus, a lot of people became super rich. This was because about 25 years ago, China got favorite nation status. This meant that they could ship products anywhere in the world for free. Because of this, companies from all over the world opened factories in China. United States, Germany, Japan, South Korea, and Europe. Thus, China got the reputation of being the world's factory. However, they manufacture nothing. All parts, machines, equipment and parts were manufactured elsewhere and shipped to China for assembly. Even many of China's military ships were made in Russia, and this is why they all look like Russia's military ships. Basically, everything you heard about how great China is was based on lies. There are so many lies. I am not going to get into it. But they have no advanced technology. Everything China has, they purchased from the United States, Russia, Japan, South Korea or Europe. China's top government is controlled by swindlers, con artists, scammers and uneducated criminals. The legitimate government of China is the government in Taiwan. China had warlords that lived in the mountains, and did not help fight in World War II. After World War II, China's military was almost gone or depleted. This is when these warlords came out of the mountains and took over China. The legitimate government of China ran or escaped to Taiwan. Taiwan is technically advanced, and has a strong economy. Basically, the current government of China operates the country based on scams. This has resulted in everything you are seeing. Like every scam, it has to come to an end when you have no one left to scam. Companies from the United States, Japan, South Korea and Europe are leaving China. The people of China have no money. The ones that did have money left China with their money. And the local governments have $5 to $9 trillion in debt. There is no way they can pay this off in the next 20 to 30 years. Plus, you have many indicators that China's federal government is almost out of money. Because the government swindled the people out of their money. This includes life savings, pension and retirement. People do not have money to raise children, resulting in a birth rate, for the last 3 years of almost 0. If China had done things the right way, then they would have been the richest country in the world. But swindlers, con artists, scammers and criminals only know how to lie and cheat. The party had to end at some time. Now you have to clean up the yard with all the beer bottles, loud drunken people walking home, furniture destroyed, and the bathroom toilet no longer works.
How big is China's real estate bubble? Urban Rural Development recently announced that the country has 600 million residential buildings. Not 600 million homes or apartments, but 600 million buildings. That means China has enough housing units to accommodate 5 billion families or 15 billion people. That's like 2 homes for every person in the world. Realizing they've overbuilt, local governments started to tear down some of the buildings. But people who have invested in these real estate are crushed as they see their buildings becoming dust.
The government of China gave companies money to build electric cars. This is what they built. This is why they cannot be sold in the United States, Canada, and most of Western Europe. They catch on fire at any time and any place, while driving or parked. And when they catch on fire, everything that is close also catches on fire. China built a lot of electric cars. The problem is that there was not a big market for electric cars. Yet, they kept building them. They built so many electric cars that they could not sell, they had to stockpile or store them all over China. In the forest, parking lots, under bridges, wherever they could. And they kept telling the world, they were outselling every company in the world when it came to electric cars. The government of China gave companies money to build bicycles, and here is what happened. The problem is that there was not a big market for bicycles. Yet, they kept building them. They built so many bicycles that they could not sell, they had to stockpile or store them all over China. In the forest, parking lots, under bridges, wherever they could. This is a waste of money and resources. Plus, now someone has to clean up all of this junk. Building apartment buildings, electric cars, bicycles and a lot of other stuff made their economy look strong. Made it look like their economy was growing. Now all the money is gone, and most of these companies are gone. Now China has massive unemployment. Like I said, everything China did was a scam.